welcome to another episode of Lem Redlines. As you can see over here, we've got ice and snow on the road, and today we are test riding this little beaut. This is my girlfriend's ZX6R. As it needs to go for a ride at the minute, she refuses to go out in the cold weather, as it is very cold today. As you can see, there's a bit of frost on the road. Yeah, my balls are absolutely huge today, so I'm going to go for a little ride. As you can see, it's an older ZX6R. It's a 1999 ZX6R, and basically it's an awesome bike. My girlfriend's had it about a year and a half, and it served her well. It's been to the Isle of Man and back, and as you can see, she's girlified it a little bit with some pink decals, some pink grips, got an aftermarket exhaust. It's got an Akrapovic sticker, don't think it's actually Akrapovic, and we've got some nice little decals here and there. Got the Isle of Man TT tattoo there to say that he's been. This is also a very interesting tank grip that my girlfriend has got. Pink Pussy's race team, eh darling? And yeah, I want to come first. I can't always guarantee that, darling, but I'll do my best. So yeah, this is the 1999 ZX6R. Let's go for a little ride. So yeah, I've always been a Kawasaki fan myself. Always loved this particular bike, even when I was a youngster. And I had the ZX10R for a little while, as we all know. What a great bike that was. And this is an awesome bike. As I said, it's a 1999, so it's 20 years old. So I'm basically riding a classic, I guess, now. This was one of the most popular 600s of the mid to late 90s. This is when there was a massive competition between all the mainstream Japanese manufacturers. The 600cc class was probably at its peak back then. Obviously 1000cc is overtook since then. But, you know, it was a wonderful era for 600cc motorcycles, and it produced a lot of absolutely epic bikes. Obviously this. You had the Gixxer 600 S-Rad as well, which is a great bike, and at some point I'll have a little go on that, see what that's all about. You had obviously the Yamaha R6, which is still going strong. I believe Yamaha still have really good sales for that bike. And I'm actually pleased to say that Kawasaki have brought back the 636, which is the slightly higher displacement 600cc. It was very popular, and they've actually brought it out again this year, so it's good to see the 600cc class making a name for itself again in the super sport market. The main differences that I noticed about this bike in comparison to my own is I missed the mod cons already. Basically I got straight on this bike and I was like, oh, where's my heated grips? So today I'm wearing some rather thick winter gloves, which are serving me quite well actually. My hands are lovely and toasty. Yeah, obviously I'm having to use the clutch to go up and down gears, so I'm having to basically rev match for when I'm changing down gears, which I actually kind of miss, funny enough. Yeah, the S1000, what a great bike. The down blipper, I got it, you know, because of that sort of novelty, if you like, but I actually quite enjoy shifting down, blipping that throttle, letting the clutch out and just matching my revs to my road speed. So yeah, and that is an old car, mate. Thought I was riding a classic. So yeah, I mean, a great bike still, 20 years old. Yes, it doesn't have all the technology that your modern bikes have got, but you get what you pay for at the end of the day. And this particular bike, me and my girlfriend had a little look round. We found it fairly local to where we live, and I think it cost about £1,700, which for the bike I was getting was an absolute bargain. Yes, it was an old bike, but it was immaculate. It had only done something like 12,000 miles, the previous owner just absolutely cherished it. You could see that in the way he maintained it, and he'll probably be absolutely crying if he watches this video to see his bike with all these pink decals all over it. But hey ho, you know, it's a girl bike, so that's what they like. And one of the other things that I like about the 600cc is you can give it some, and you're not you know, over the speed limit massively. You're not in a situation where you could lose your license, and it's just nice to be able to rev a bike and not think, oh my god, I'm well over the speed limit. So yeah, that's the other thing about this sort of era of bike. I still do love the sound of a carburetted bike, and it, I don't know how the best way to describe it, but lumpy is probably the best way I'm gonna describe the sound of it. But once you get up in them high RPM, yeah, they sound absolutely brilliant. And again, just taking this corner extra slow, it's slippery at the best of times. So, bit of a noise test. And I'll be honest, my bum pinched a little bit there as there was so much mud and salt in the middle of the road, but I'm still alive, so result. And yeah, if you're in the market for a cheap bike, I highly recommend it. It is definitely them red lines approved. Love the sound of it. It's a great handling bike, as you saw back there. I had a bit of a sketchy road surface. I'd gone in maybe a little bit too quick, and yeah, it held its own. Oh, a bit of dry road. Don't you just love it? Oh, come on, spring. I'm getting a bit annoyed now. So as I said, I'm having a bit of spirited riding, but I can get up in the RPM on this bike. Whereas on my S1000, you'll revving it as hard as I'm revving it in a minute, you'll be doing well over the speed limit. So that is the best thing about a 600, and it's the noise of a 600. A 600's just got that sort of raspy, sort of ringing its neck, screaming sort of sound. The 1000 you can get that, but my god, you have to rev the bike to get it into that situation. Whereas a 600, especially modern 600, they absolutely wail. So yeah, I mean, I've had a look online, see roughly what these are going for these days. Jesus, you can get one of these for a grand, 1500 quid for a decent one, 2 grand for a Minter. You know, it's just so much bike for your money. And if you think, oh, I don't want to buy an old bike, they're problematic. Well, to be honest with you, a bike that's a few years old could have worse problems than this. As I said, my girlfriend's had about a year and a half, and I think we've had a dodgy battery, and that was it. Obviously, well maintained the bike, make sure everything's lubed up regularly, tyres are replaced. This particular bike is running on Michelin 2CT tyres, and yeah, as I said, it's been all the way to the Isle of Man, ridden in the rain. Today I'm riding it in frost and salty road conditions, and these tyres are holding on beautifully. But the bike is well set up. God, oh my god, me, that was close. That was actually nearly a high side. This is why you shouldn't go out in this or whatever. Jesus, that was close. Oh my god. Have to pull over and just check my rear tyre just to make sure I've got inflation, because that was unusual. Yeah, I think it's time to go back home. That was not enjoyable. So there we have it, the ZX6R. Great bike. Might be 2 decades old, but honestly for the money you cannot go wrong. This is a great starter bike. As you just seen back there, the back end he stepped out on me, or did step out on me, and I'm still alive. I held it, I didn't panic. I'll make a video about things you shouldn't be doing on a bike, and one of them definitely is panicking. If there is a problem, you just need to live with it. If you're coming off, you're coming off. You need to make the best of a bad situation, and as you just seen, I made the best of it, and I'm still on 2 wheels. But that's not the bike's fault, that is just straight up conditions today. It's icy. Back wheel does feel a little bit underinflated, so I should have really checked that before I went out. But you know, it's part and parcel of motorbikes, I'm afraid. If you are going to ride through the winter, you've got to deal with the road conditions. So that's the ZX6R 1999. I can't praise it enough. I think it's a great bike. It might be 2 decades old, but literally for the money you cannot go wrong. It's got the power, it's got the handling, still got the looks, and basically it's just a great starter bike. So if you're in the market for a new bike, a starter bike, and you're on a bit of a budget, then don't be afraid of buying something that's a little bit older. As long as it's been looked after, you shouldn't have any problems. So yeah, thanks for watching. You've been listening to Lem Redlines, and I'll see you on the next one.